You see, Preval's still perfect in conference, but how about Pere, man? These guys, they lose their starting quarterback, and they're doing well. Cole Runge to Connor Rutherford for a nice game. The next play, Runge here, keeping it himself, powers in for the score. Redbirds on top, same quarter. Preval trying the quarterback run, scramble, nothing was effective here. The tip interception, Jacob DeMille, and he's on the move. How about Pere? My goodness, the Redbirds, impressive resilience. They hand Preval their first conference loss, 14-0. All right, Notre Dame taking on Pulaski. Red Raiders running down 22-0, but this is Levi Van Landen taking off. The 50-plus yard touchdown run out of that crazy offense, 22-7. Charlie Rotherham and Notre Dame trying to pad the lead, but it's Van Landen falling over a guy, still gets the pick. Pulaski trying to come back. Watch Nick Martzel. That's like a acrobatic dance move. Look at it in slow-mo. How does he hang on to that for the interception? Notre Dame only 3 points scored in the second half. Tritons get the win, 25-7. Well, elsewhere in Northeast Wisconsin, you had a game of the week possibility with Freedom and Xavier. That was a good one. We're going to be showing you that one a little bit later on in the show. Elsewhere in the Eastern Valley Conference, we had some other action going on. It was Ripon and Fox Valley Lutheran. Foxes were up 17-0 late in the first when Tigers' Brock Mulderhauer airs it to Hunter Merrill. 34-yard score. More Tigers. It's Merrill again, this time taking the handoff, finding pay dirt. 17-14. FEL would respond. Jake O'Kane to Alex Gerhardt for the big gainer. That would set up a short touchdown run. This is Jared Engel. And FEL feeling good after the win over Ripon, 31-14. We'll get you that Freedom Xavier game later on in the show. All right, to the VFA now. 10th ranked Oshkosh North, the lone unbeaten in the VFA South against one-loss Neenah. Running back Alex Hintz going to make a statement from the start. Takes the snap, off to the races, and look at this, going to drag a defender over the pylon for the score. Later on in the game, Hintz going to take this one himself, finding pay dirt again for Oshkosh North. They would go on to top the Rockets in this one, 16-0. Appleton North playing host to crosstown rival Appleton West on senior night. Opening drive, Ethan Dans takes the handoff, and the bruising big back shows some speed. 46 yards would make it 6-0. Lightning striking again. Dans this time from about 20 yards. It's 12-0. Then North going to the air. Bruce Schroeder, Jacob Hiltunen down to about the 10. That sets up an Ethan Bowman score, making it 19-0. Appleton North rebounds from a loss to Kimberly last week. 42-6 your final. Speaking of Kimberly, #1 team in the Fox 11 top 11. They're taking on Wausau. Austin Weinberg, the quarterback, he was out the last couple weeks. Back in tonight, passes to Jake DeGroot, gets to a corner, picks some locks. 91 yards later. Oh boy, Kimberly without Blair Mulholland, but that offense, well, they can still score. No surprise there. Later on, 14-0. Weinberg to Jake Johnson for the score. Kimberly goes on to get the win in this one. They stay perfect despite some injuries, 34-7. Well, that's it for the first round of highlights here on High School Game Time. Prep expert Doug Ritchie joins us, the conference champs. This one was back and forth, close throughout. John Feldhausen for Xavier. A long run right here would eventually be tripped up. Freedom on a windy night also. Look at this. The long field goal, medium range, but on tonight with the wind, any points were big. Again, back and forth, both teams' offenses grinding this one out. It's Feldhausen again in for the touchdown. Freedom, though, would get the late score. #9 team in our Fox 11 top 11 tops #6, 22-18. They're likely your Eastern Valley champs. Well, Wrightstown High School's resume compares well with any mid-sized school in Wisconsin so far this year. They have wins over Freedom, who you just saw, win over Kewanee and Roncalli as they try and march towards an OP large title. And tonight they'd be taking on the Sturgeon Bay Clippers in the OP large. 8th ranked Tigers working early. Hunter Cussow, 21-yard run. Just like that. And see maybe a little rain falling, the turf coming up. 6-0. Then on 4th down, Tigers going for it. Quarterback Alan Barta keeping it himself. 36 yards in for the score. 2-point conversion makes it 14-0. Wrightstown not done yet. Pete Ellis taking the handoff, and that's it. 49 yards. Look at the big guy chugging down for the score. This one all Wrightstown, 41-0. Kewanee and Southern Door tonight meeting up in another OP large game. Southern Door in the first quarter. Tony Jardine doing his Eddie Lacy imitation, running over everything, putting them on top 7-0. Later in the second quarter, it's Kewanee, and you know they can run the ball, especially with Austin Kastner. He's in for 6 for the Storm. Same quarter, Southern Door, they can pass it as well. Mitchell Neubauer to another Mitchell. Mitchell Jaron finding the end zone on the play. Southern Door in this one going on to get the win. Impressive over a good Kewanee team. 33-18 is your final. To the OP Small now, Mishcot taking on St. Mary Central. Cold one. Bundle up. Jack Ribley for Mishcot taking the handoff, finding the end zone. Indians on the board. St. Mary Central, though, coming right back. It's Samuel Hoheisel looking deep. Kyle Kroll reels it in. That was a pass on the money. Nice job, Samuel Hoheisel there for SMC, but here come the Indians. Boone Young this time takes it in from a yard out. Mishicot, your winners, 41-24. All right, Central Wisconsin 8, 1 loss Shiocton, 1 loss Bonduel. Chiefs started on the ground. Henry fielding the outside run for Shiocton. This drive, however, would stall. They give it back on downs, and Bonduel likes to run it, but strikes through the air. Colton Dobrats to Danny Tauschen. This is a 4th down play, not bad, 7-0, but Shiocton, well, they would roll from there. They get the win, 27-7. For high school game time photo of the